Hi Park teachers, this is Liesl Werner Thomas, your friendly school librarian, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Google. And Google is amazing because it was the first search engine that actually crawled the web. Before that, search engines only looked at websites that were within their own databases already. So Google is always looking for more stuff all the time. That's actually one of the reasons you get such long lists, is because Google always wants more. Google is totally greedy for information. I want to show you a couple of tools that many of our students know about, and I want you to know about too. So if you do a search, I'm going to search for World War I. You'll get a page that looks something like this. Everyone's Google looks a little bit different because Google is stalking us all the time. And then I'm going to go up to settings. Unfortunately, this only works in a browser that's on a computer. You can't do this on the iPad. But when you do an advanced search, you can narrow your search in a lot of ways. A lot of students know, and some teachers know, that you can narrow your information by a domain. So for instance, if I do this will bring back information from universities and colleges across the United States. And you can also search for a file type. So let's say I'm in Mr. Newcomb's world history class and I want to see a PowerPoint about World War I weapons. If I run this search, I now only have responses that are PowerPoints, the actual file, and they're all from educational websites. So this one is actually from Georgia Tech, and it looks like it's a lecture from a professor. So I can download this and then open it up. So now I have a PowerPoint that was written by a professor at Georgia Tech that I could turn into a teacher. And all I would have to do is put my name on it. And then students, I'm going to take out those lesson objectives on this page because I know that Mr. Newcomb won't like that. I'll take that out. Okay. So now I've got the phases, all those things. And then at the end, I can put in a slide. Oops, I can scooch that all the way to the end of my presentation to say, works cited. And then I'll grab this URL and paste it right here. And I know some of you are saying, Liesl, that's silly. That's plagiarism. You know that's plagiarism. I do know that, but some of our kids don't. So it's really important that we're talking to them about academic honesty, and that just putting your own name on someone else's work is not okay, even if you put them in a works cited at the end. I also want to show you there, so if you look up here, this is the kind of code that Google uses, these search operators. So file type, that's how I narrowed it down to just PowerPoint. I can narrow it down, so just cite : or file type : does that for me. But if I search .edu, that only gives me information from American universities. And I want information from, let's say, Germany during World War I. So I'm going to go back to my advanced search. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to choose Germany as my region. And again, I could limit that by file type if I wanted. I'm going to click that advanced search button. Okay, now I've got results that are coming from Germany. Some of you might be thinking, but in German, they don't say World War I. I just ran translate into German. I'm going to copy this, paste it up here, and if you don't speak German, this can still be useful to you. So I'm going to click on here, Weapons of the First World War. And you might have seen, you can see this is in German now, but if we give Google just a minute, let it think, it will, you can choose to have it translate for you. And that brings you a ton of information that you might not have had access to otherwise. And this is something that a lot of our kids have been working on in history and in world language. So I wanted you to be able to see some of the tools that the kids have available to them and that you have available to you now too. Have a great day.